week in particular for pitching staff?
Well, the 6 losses in the L column kind of summarizes that for the most part. So, not saying that's it, but I mean, it is. We got to do a better job throwing strikes and attacking the strike zone with guys out of the pen, and give us an opportunity. Our defense is playing pretty well for the most part. I don't know how many errors we made in 9 games, but not a ton. So we got to do a better job attacking the strike zone and letting those guys work.
You guys responded well in the bottom of the first inning just offensively. What do you think sort of happened after that first inning with the offense wasn't really able to create much?
The Root kid came in and he had a pretty good slider working, and I think he was, he was tough. Tough on us. Still managed to put together some good at bats. Some guys did, but he had a legit slider and keeping our guys off balance, and did a much better job of mixing things up. Their guy in the first, we kind of game sped up on him. We started taking our walks and we're patient, and we're able to pass the torch to the guy on deck and put together a nice inning there. But still looking kind of for that big knockout blow. With guys and bases loaded, we still had a chance to score more runs in that inning. So. But it's nice to see there's some flickers of an offense. Even with the guys that aren't our traditional starters, not in there. Guys are battling and guys are playing hard. And like I said, I can only say that so many times, but they're competing, they're playing hard, and I have no problem with the effort.
What do you think of Champagne and just the way he came out top of the order hitter, maybe 3 for 4 at the plate?
The two freshmen in the middle, they're playing great. From a standpoint of being thrown into the fire, against a pretty dang good team, in the situations they've been thrown in, and they just keep competing. And I don't know if Alex hurt his thumb on the first play of the game, but I look over and it's all black and blue, didn't say a word. Just keeps competing. Knows, like, Coach, we ain't got anybody left. I had no idea about it, but he told Travis, he's like, I know we don't have anybody left. I'm good. And he rolls out 3 more times getting on base, RBI hit. Kid's just a little gamer, and it's like those are the kind of guys that we want wearing the Sun Devil uniform. Guys that are willing to throw it all on the line and play with whatever you got left. So.
It's probably earlier than expected that you wanted to play these guys, but how beneficial is having that type of experience against a top 5 team for McGee and Champagne, just these young guys that maybe help later on when they conference play? They've been in these high pressure situations. Well,
I think you look at the 9 games we played. It's certainly not where we want to be, but what you can take from this is you can find out who's ready to play in big situations. And as we start getting closer and closer to conference play, that's going to be our ticket. We're going to have to play well in conference. We know that. So we're going to find out in the meantime. Obviously, we don't want to keep dropping games. That stings. I hate it. They hate it. But we're finding out who can do what in the meantime. So when we do get to conference play, hopefully we're able to go with the guys that we feel confident with, and hopefully start playing a better brand of baseball.
With the way the last few games have gone, with carrying leads into late innings, having a lead 6-3 today, and then losing a significant chunk of those games, do you worry about that having any bearing psychologically on the team going forward in terms of having leads?
I could sit here and sugarcoat it and say no, but I think it's not human nature, right? I mean, I've been around a lot of baseball games and a lot of baseball teams where sometimes it becomes more of a mental thing than a physical thing. At the end of the day, like I just got through telling them, they have the capabilities of throwing strikes. It's just there's a disconnect as to, guys looking over their shoulder going, I don't want to be the one that doesn't, and then ultimately that happens. So we got to change the frame of mind. We need to change the mindset on I can and I will versus I don't want to be that guy. Easier said than done, but at the end of the day, we are going to continue to try to breathe confidence into these guys, and it's just going to take once. When someone gets it done, it's going to hopefully catch on like wildfire, and then it's more of the I want to be the guy to step up and get it done versus I don't want to be the guy to screw it up. So, everybody feels it right now, and hopefully we just need one to step up and get it done in a big situation, and hopefully this thing turns.
Yeah, and reframing the mindset change. You have had leads in the past 4 or 5 games. I mean, is it just as much of a mentality shift of we have leads, we just need to hold them? I mean, what needs to change to keep the leads?
I mean, I think you just need to focus on executing and forget the scoreboard. Go execute what you can do. And I think that's what gets guys in trouble is I don't want to be the guy to blow it instead of just going and executing your pitches. Like, you've done it since you were 5. Like, go execute what you can do and not worry about the scoreboard. I mean, I don't care if you go out and get lit up. If you're throwing strikes and competing, okay. I'd certainly rather have that than walking 17 guys and whatever. So, we're going to get there. I mean, it sucks right now. We're going through a tough time. We get it. We're not happy about it. The players aren't happy about it. No one's happy about it. So, but at the end of the day, hopefully we're going to be battle tested and know that we can get through these tough times and keep grinding forward. So, what other choices do we have?
Could going on the road, maybe for the first time this year, maybe be a reset button for the team, and what are you going to look for taking out of that road trip?
I hope so. That was another thing we kind of talked about is, it's our first road trip. It's our chance to come together as a team a little bit, get away from home. Sometimes that can help. So whatever, if they're feeling any pressures of playing at home, I don't know. I enjoy playing here. I think this is a beautiful place to play. But sometimes getting a change of scenery might be a good thing. And I hope that's the case for our guys, and understanding that we're going into someone else's environment now, and trying to beat them on their place. So hopefully that's the case with us, and hopefully we're able to become closer as a unit and come out on top.
Will Joe and Sean be available this weekend?
That remains to be seen. I'm not sure. I know Joe wanted to play today, just physically had a hard time getting the bat up into position, but like I said, I'll say it time and time again, I'd take 27 of those kids. I mean, he'd get everything he could, and he came up to me during the game, got you if you need me. I'm there, I'm ready. I'm like, Joe, I appreciate it, but why don't you go get some ice on that shoulder? But he would have gone if I asked him to. So as far as McLean, we'll get him evaluated continuously here and see what's going on there, and hopefully he'll be back sooner than later.
It looked like Pat Murphy was in attendance watching the game this afternoon. Just sort of in light of that, have you had any time, whether it was when you were hired or as of late, to talk to him about how he dealt with these kinds of skids and how he got through them, and have you sort of taken that advice, and how do you feel like he would handle it?
I talked to Murph probably more than you would imagine. So, he's I always hold him at the highest possible, place. And, he's my mentor, one of my mentors, one of the guys that I take advice from. And, he's given me some things on this, to some advice on things. This is my first go around at this. Certainly I didn't anticipate starting off with the win-loss record like this, but the bottom line is we've had a lot of things go our way, or not go our way. With a little bit of luck, that record's flip-flopped. It's just a couple little things that are not going our way at the wrong time, and it's biting us. So at the end of the day, we can't lose faith in what we got going. I really believe that those guys in there care. It's evident by how they're playing. They're playing hard. That again, zero problem with the effort. They're playing with everything they got, and that's all I can ask for. At some point in time, though, we are going to have to step up and execute in big situations, and this is part of learning how to win. We haven't done that yet, but when we do, I believe it's going to be a downhill train. So we just got to learn how to get over the hump.